Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Jeff Nowicki here from Hometown Glass in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Jeff, thanks for jumping on with me today.
Thank you, Stacie.
It is my pleasure. I'm really excited to ask you about Hometown Glass because you have a unique story when you started your business in 1988, and you've changed and done a lot of really neat things to increase your portfolio. So if you don't mind, can we talk about Hometown Glass today?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, here we go, Jeff. When people ask you what your business does, how do you describe Hometown Glass?
Hometown, we do obviously a lot of residential glass work and home improvement work, but we also do commercial work, glass and glazing, as well as doors, garage doors. And probably one of our biggest things too is we also install sunrooms on people's homes.
Okay, wonderful. And you purchased this business with your father in 1988, and there's been a really neat transition. Would you like to share a little bit more about how you started the business and where you've taken it since 1988?
Yeah, in 1988, my father always worked here. He was here, probably started in the mid 60s.
Oh,
And
okay.
he worked for the previous owner who was retiring. So him and I got together. I started up a new division, which is auto glass. They never did that before.
Okay.
And we've grown the company from 6 employees to 35 employees. And
Wow.
I've added a lot of products over the years. So we're a good sized company with some big crews. So it's
Yes.
worked out.
So interesting. And the auto glass industry is obviously really, really grown a lot. Tell me a little bit more about the auto glass industry. Do people bring their vehicles there? Like how would they work with you? I know sometimes insurances cover it, sometimes they don't. Could you just expand upon that in your offerings?
Sure. Obviously, it's a mobile service as well. That's kind of the selling point is you can go to somebody's parking lot, somebody's driveway, and you can do the auto glass right there, which is no problem. We do offer that service, and I would say 50% is mobile, but we also do it
Okay.
here in our shop. We have a big shop that we can run vehicles in, which during the wintertime is a lot nicer being in Wisconsin. Um,
Absolutely.
but it's something that we do insurance work, we do body shop work, you do dealership work. And in today's world with high deductibles, we do a lot of just for the general public, we do a lot of just cash customers.
Just get it done. I know I've had multiple occasions where baseballs have hit multiple vehicles and I've had to
We had
try.
two already this year.
All right.
It's
Yes.
early spring. We've already had two, a windshield and a back window.
Oh, really? Okay, right. So just take note. Don't park your vehicle too close to a baseball field. I keep telling
Yes.
the kids, but they don't seem to listen.
No, they
So
don't. And the balls always make their way over there.
right. So thank you for making that possible because when you do that, when you can go on site, it can really help somebody and save them time as well. So thank you for offering that as an option straight from my heart to yours. My next question for you, Jeff, is what is the biggest way that you impact the community?
Well, we do give back to the community, not just volunteering, but also we do sponsor a lot of different things between the Chamber of Commerce. Um,
Awesome.
oh, it's kind of endless. And this time of the year, it's really big. I mean, as far as even we have a local racetrack, which is right behind our office. So we even
Oh,
sponsor a couple cars out there. So there's many ways you give back, but the Chamber of Commerce is one of the biggest.
but
Uh,
very cool. So tell
so,
me what the racetrack is that's right there in Beaver Dam.
right behind our office is Beaver Dam Raceway. And it's a third mile, or a quarter. I take that back. It's a quarter mile.
Okay.
Um, and it's a dirt track, clay track, and it's they do Tuesdays and weekends, and it brings a lot of people in the area.
That's wonderful. Absolutely. Well, thank you for the community work that you're doing and sharing a little bit more about your community in Beaver Dam. So my next question for you, Jeff, is what is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners can learn from? You've been through, the '08 crash, you've been through COVID. Tell me some of the challenges that you've overcome.
Well, some of the biggest ones, obviously, after you've been doing this for 40 years, one of the biggest ones is just to go with the times. Things change,
Mhm.
employees change, training of employees. Um, you have to be patient. You have to work with your employees and get them to do a nice job, but also want to be, want to be here. And it's just not a job. you're going into somebody's home and you're helping them with things that they can't do. So most people just cherish you. Um, if as long as you're going to do a nice job and you do things the
Sure.
right way. There's a right way and a wrong way with anything, and that's what I try to preach to all my employees is just that you need to go in and these people love you to pieces if you come in and do the job that they want you to do.
Yes.
So
Well, I've got to imagine it's a very specific trade as well in the training for the wide variety of things that you offer. It's got to be pretty intense training when you're working with an employee. Is that correct? Or
yeah, we're very diverse, and there's not a lot of great training programs, shall we say. So what it is, it's more of hands-on working with guys that already know the trade and picking up your skills from them on how to do things and doing it the correct way. So it's an interesting process. It's a long process. You don't learn everything in a year. It might take you, 3, 4, 5 years before you're really good at anything.
yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah, that 10,000 hours. Our coaches actually talk a lot about every day that we have an employee, the more valuable they become to you. And
oh,
some
absolutely.
business owners, would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Because the more they can learn, especially if you're a company that you just don't do one thing and you do many, many things, it takes a long time to pick up and be a good employee. I mean, I've got some guys that have been here for 10 years and they still don't know certain aspects of the company.
Really, very interesting. Yeah, so instead of looking at employees as an expense, looking at them as an investment, how are they going to help you? How are they going to help the community? How are they going to be able to continue to provide for their families? So it's great that you're able to help these employees grow long term. And you talk about 10 years, that's incredible.
Yeah, and everybody that I interview, when I hire an employee, one of my first questions is, I'm not looking for somebody to be here for a year or two. I want it to be long term. I mean, I've had a lot of guys that retired. I just had a carpenter retire from me, and he was here for 31 years.
Wow. That
So
that
it's big to have employees long term.
Absolutely. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. My next question for you, Jeff, is what does the future look like to you? And do you have an exit plan? I know that you have a 31-year-old son that's working with you. What are your thoughts for the future?
That probably is my exit plan per se. Do I really have one specific written in stone? No. It's an ever-changing business.
Mhm.
We're a different company than when I got started. When I got started with my father, we only had 6 employees, and it was probably very easy to pick up on stuff. Now, because we're so diverse and having all these employees, it's you don't come in and learn everything overnight. It takes time.
Yes, absolutely. Well, and when we think back to 1988, how were our businesses run? Well, first of all, we didn't have the World Wide Web, right? We didn't have social media. So there's so many aspects that if somebody's going to take over the company, they need to be aware of, not necessarily doing all of it, but being aware of and having the team that can help with those different assets.
You know,
So
I, I had a business owner tell me once that you as an owner can only do so much, but if you surround yourself with good people, that's the key to success. And that is very, very true.
absolutely. I love that. So what is your, just a side question, what's your favorite part of owning your business at Hometown Glass? What do you like to do if you could pick your
Helping customers, hands
really?
down, customers. The best part of my job is going into somebody's home, hearing what they want to do, give them some other ideas that they never even knew about, and just recreating their house and making it different, but yet really nice, very comfortable. Um, that's the little buzz you get out of your job. That's it, and that's what I always tell my employees, employee meetings, is enjoy what you do because they love what you do when you're done, and enjoy that because that's a good feeling.
Absolutely. Yeah, and seeing the finished product too, right? After you've worked with this customer and then guide them through everything. And then at the end, when they're so happy, that's just a great feeling to see that,
Oh,
right?
and even on the commercial side, to take like an older building, we're doing a school renovation right now that has almost 200 windows in it. And we're replacing all the windows and all the doors in the whole building. And we transformed this school in a small town just outside of Beaver Dam. It's a small town, and we put in all these windows and we made the whole building look completely different. And everybody in the community has commented and has noticed it because we went from kind of dingy peeling paint to all black windows and all black trim, and it's gorgeous.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that's just got to be such a great investment in their community as well when you drive past and see something that
Oh,
looks
it is.
fresh and
Absolutely.
that's another great way you're impacting the community, Jeff. Thank you so much. So you are not limited again to just car windows or residential, but you're doing commercial, you're doing so many different things. Now, if somebody wants to get more information about this, how would they get in touch with you?
There's several ways. One is our phone number, 920-887-3757. We're in Beaver Dam. And then number two is obviously you can find us on the web. You can find us on Facebook, as well as my email, which is jnowicki@hometownglass.com, which is also on Hometown Glass's webpage. So you
Okay.
can easily contact us that way.
Wonderful. And to leave our viewers with a little bit of inspiration, my final question for you today, Jeff, is what inspires you most?
I have a lot of inner drive. I'm a workaholic. I
Oh
do work
boy.
14, 16 hours a day, so that's my norm. But I enjoy it. I love what I do, to be honest. But my biggest thing is just to enjoy helping people. It's just there cannot be a better satisfaction in life than if you can help somebody with a problem that they've got. It's a wonderful feeling.
Awesome. So inspiring. Jeff, thank you for your time today for sharing Hometown Glass with us and
Stacie,
congratulations on building such a great business. You have a great day.
thank you. You too. Yeah.
My
Bye bye.
pleasure. Bye.